Welcome back to Drum Talk. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Today I want to talk about a very fascinating topic, drum racks. I believe I discussed some drum rack parts on this channel before. Discussed the cymbal arm, ways that you can mount cymbals to your racks, because there are mini booms and regular cymbal arms. The mini booms have a shorter downpipe so that it doesn't protrude down the rack excessively and look terrible, or your bass drum will be in the way. So the mini boom from Gibraltar, the SC4425MB mini boom, is perfect for mounting splashes on the rack. Regular cymbal arm. Down rod is going to be a little bit longer. The boom is going to be longer too, so you can mount your main crashes and have more reach. So today, I'm not talking about cymbal arms. We've discussed cymbal arms. Cymbal arms are cool, but I'm over it. Today, we're just going to discuss clamps, because there are different clamps out there, and not all clamps are going to fit on the rack. I have two clamps right here. They are very different from each other. Very different from each other in a lot of ways. These are two pearl clamps. This is the PC08, and this is the PC50. There's also a PC10. The PC10 kind of looks like this, but it's a little bit different. And I can't really find too many PC10s. The PC10 is a very rare clamp. Now, you can go online and you can get the new Pearl Icon rack. It is available. You got just the front bar, or you got the three-sided rack, all depending on what you need. So the basic curved or straight rack, front rack, single rack that goes over the bass drum, is the DR511. Comes in straight or curved. The curved rack is a little bit longer than the straight rack. The PCX100 clamp is the new clamp that fits onto the new DR511s. Very simple, very easy. They also make a PCX200, which is a clamp that rotates. The 100 is just a stationary clamp. So if you're looking into drum racks, but you want to get an older rack, you can. I was actually looking up Jeff Porcaro, and he is the founder of the Pearl Rack. And that was, in fact, the DR1, Drum Rack 1. That was Jeff Porcaro's drum rack. It was a three-sided straight rack that came together. It did not pivot. It was straight, and it was solid. There was no folding. You couldn't fold it or anything like that. That was the first rack. Since then, they've had racks that use these older style clamps here, like the PC8. The PC8 fits the DR80 racks only. That is the black rack. It's a little bit smaller than the newer aluminum, the shiny aluminum racks that are sold today. This is a little bit smaller. Now I bought a DR80 rack and it came with two of these PC08s. But I had bought two of the PC50s. This one here hinges kind of like the modern clamps. And it attaches like that. One spring right here. So the PC50 is actually the correct clamp that goes on DR50 rack. So doing a little bit of research, I figured out that the PC8 is actually a different drum rack. It is a three-sided rack that you can fold. It has permanent hinges on it and you can fold it. And it only fits the PC8 clamp. So if you have an older rack, chances are this is going to be the PC50. This is what you're going to need, the PC50. It will fit properly. It will fit properly. And I'm going to show you here so you can see the difference. See, the PC50 has a hinged mechanism where the PC8 does not. It just has a bolt through, and there you go. So there's the difference. PC8 fits the DR80 rack. That's pretty much all I have to say. Racks are awesome. You can use a rack with a standard acoustic drum kit, or you can use a rack with your electric kit. And that's what I'm doing. I had picked up an older Pearl PC50 rack. It's a straight fixed rack, and it is older. It does not have clamps on the legs that you can adjust up and down. It's fixed. Like I said, it came with two of these clamps, which that wasn't correct. I found out that it's the PC50 that really fits it. And there's also a PC10, which is very rare. And I think I even seen a PC5 clamp. That's another pretty rare one. So if you're not buying a new current rack like the DR511 and picking up the PCX 100 clamps, the PC50 is probably going to be the clamp that you're going to need. I love Pearl racks because they're square. I don't want to have to buy memory locks to keep them from falling down on a, the Gibraltar racks are really cool too. Nothing wrong with the Gibraltar rack. Matter of fact, I think the Gibraltar racks are more beautiful than the Pearl racks. But my preference is that square horizontal bar because it will not drop. And you don't need to buy memory locks to keep them from falling down. It is what it is. I prefer the square horizontal bar on the Pearl rack. No screwing around there. in my next video, I'm going to show this rack. It's pretty rare. Mine actually came from the UK. It just came in yesterday. And so I've been doing some research trying to figure out what the proper clamps are that I'm going to need. And I also have 2 brand new pearl cymbal arms coming in from Sweetwater. So I will also do a video on that. So gang, it's it. Drum rack clamps. You gotta kind of do your research. If you're gonna get into racks, it's not difficult. You can go as simple or as crazy as you want, but you gotta kind of learn the parts. There are parts. There's a lot of parts. I'm not gonna lie. It really takes a lot of homework if you want to get involved in a rack. But with a rack, it opens up all new possibilities, and you can still use a cymbal stand. So you can have like a hybrid setup with a rack and a cymbal stand if you want. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, that's what I do. And I'm going to show you in my next video. So stay tuned, gang. Have a great weekend. I'm out.